October is absolutely packed with new VR games releasing for Quest 3, PCVR, and PSVR2. 14 new releases across every genre, and yes, one of them actually lets you pod race through your living room. Your wallet's already crying, so let's break down what's coming this month for VR gamers. Reach is Endream's most ambitious project yet, pitched as a cinematic action-adventure built entirely for immersion. You're uncovering an underground civilization while using bows, shields, and traversal tools to survive. The cool part is how physical it all is. Climbing, ziplining, and rummaging through your on-body inventory is all done by hand. No passive cutscenes here, every action is yours. This one could be the benchmark for VR adventures when it drops on October 16th. From neon sci-fi to mud and misery, Trenches VR takes you to the horrors of World War I. But it's not a shooter, it's a survival horror in claustrophobic trenches. Enemies react to your footsteps, your breathing, even whispers through your mic, so silence is survival. The whole design leans into paranoia and dread more than combat. If you want to feel history's worst war in a way textbooks can't capture, it's out on October 22nd on PCVR and Quest. This is a full remake of the original Wanderer, and it looks gorgeous. With the Quest 3 version being subpar when it comes to performance and bugs, this upcoming PCVR version promises to fix all that and give us the remake we were hoping for. You'll hop across time, ancient civilizations, ruined futures, and everything in between, solving puzzles that tie history together. The remake rebuilds it with high-fidelity visuals, polished mechanics, and more cinematic presentations. Think exploration, physics puzzles, and narrative twists all packed into one. If you missed Wanderer the first time, October 23rd is the time to dive in. Shooter fans, here's your big drop. Zero Caliber 2 Remastered isn't just a patch. It's rebuilt from the ground up in this remastered PCVR version. You're getting a full campaign, co-op support, and expanded PvP, all with upgraded physics and overhauled visuals. The weapon customization is deeper, and firefights are designed with more cinematic scale. It's the definitive way to play one of VR's staple shooters, launching October 30th. Irreversible mixes survival, exploration, and storytelling in a strange desert setting. You'll scavenge for resources, craft tools, and fend off hostile fauna while communicating over radio with your colleague Anna. The story branches through dialogue, letting your choices actually shift how things unfold. Early access includes half the locations and systems, with more to be added over time. If you like atmospheric survival with a narrative hook, keep an eye out for this one this month. Marksman VR is all about the long game. Literally. So if you enjoyed Sniper Elite VR, this is more of that, and hopefully it lives up to everything it promises. Every mission tests your ability to line up the perfect shot, stay hidden, and keep calm while the clock is ticking. It's a single-player experience designed to feel tactical and not arcadey. For players who want VR to teach discipline as much as marksmanship, it lands in October. Need something louder? Rager is basically a music-driven brawler where combat syncs with the soundtrack. The arenas build around you as you fight, making every level feel like a playable music video. Early access launches with a full 12-level campaign, bosses, and leaderboards, with more modes and features planned post-launch. It's flashy, fast, and built for replayability. If you like rhythm with your chaos, this one's dropping in October. Already available on Quest, By Grid alone has been called VR's answer to Dead Space and has received great reviews so far. You're stranded after a cryo crash in alien-infested space, armed with weapons that double as tools. There's shooting, puzzle solving, and a stomp attack straight out of the survival horror playbook. Strong voice acting and multiple derelict ships give it a real anthology feel. If you like tense sci-fi horror, the PCVR version is coming this month, and this is just one of 2 games on this list with serious Dead Space vibes. Memoriam is a sci-fi horror that drops you into the year 2300, waking up on a colony ship ravaged by the Ichor infection. Your crewmates are transformed, a mysterious voice is guiding you, and every hallway feels like danger. It mixes puzzles, survival mechanics, and atmospheric horror into one package. I actually tried this back at Gamescom 2024 over a year and a half ago, and even then it felt polished, tense, and perfectly atmospheric. The Dead Space vibes were unreal, and I haven't played anything else in VR that nails that feeling this well. If you've ever wanted Battlefield in VR, Forefront is about as close as it gets. It's a 32-player tactical shooter with destructible maps, vehicles across land, sea, and air, and 4 distinct player classes. The open beta runs October 9th to October 20th across Quest, Steam VR, and Pico, with early access coming later this year. Over 20 weapons, 10 vehicles, and full squad combat are already in. This could be the breakout competitive VR shooter we've been wanting, if the community shows up. But judging by the developer's success with Breachers and early reviews of Forefront, I'm confident it will. Alright, we've covered survival, horror, and shooters. Now let's jump into the showcase set. Mixed reality, racing nostalgia, and VR dogfighting. Some of these land right at the start of the month, others close it out, but they all punch above their weight. Let's start with the obvious headliners, Star Wars Beyond Victory. This puts you in the pod racing seat with MR track building that lets you race in your own living room. Adventure mode gives you a full story with Sebulba as your mentor. Arcade mode shrinks pod racing into a tabletop game, and playset mode is basically a Star Wars toy box. It's gonna be $20 and exclusive to Quest 3 and 3S starting October 7th. Super RC is pure childhood nostalgia, just with a quest strapped to your face. You'll collect, customize, and race 1/5 scale RC cars through a full single-player campaign or online with up to 8 players. A track creator lets you design courses, and mixed reality mode lets you race them through your actual house. The devs also made Ultra Wings too, so expect great physics. This one is supposed to drop October 1st for Quest and soon after for PCVR, but I'm making this video on October 1st and it hasn't come out yet, so I guess it's either later today or very soon in the coming days. Arcanage is a sci-fi adventure that combines climbing, melee, and ranged combat with Half-Life Alyx-style telekinesis. You'll juggle swordplay, shields, and physics-based tools to take on big set pieces. The Quest 3 port trims back visuals but keeps the dynamic combat and traversal intact. I played the PCVR version and loved it. The physics, the combat, the sheer variety of weapons made it a blast. So if the Quest 3 version keeps all that intact, even with lower graphics, this one's gonna be a banger. This one's been delayed a bunch of times already. The PSVR2 store page says October now, but I really hope they stick to it. From the War Thunder devs, Aces of Thunder puts you in World War II dogfights with detailed cockpits and vintage planes. It's leaning hard into sim-style controls, and it'll include both single-player missions and PvP. Planned for PSVR2 and PCVR, fingers crossed this one doesn't slip again. So out of the 14 games, which ones stand out the most? For me, it's Reach, because it looks like the most ambitious VR adventure we've had in years, Star Wars Beyond Victory because MR pod racing is just too wild not to try, and Memoriam because it proves horror in VR can still feel fresh. But honestly, October is so stacked, your biggest challenge might be just finding the time. That's October's lineup. Which games are you most excited about, and did I miss one that should be on everyone's radar? Drop your picks in the comments and subscribe if you want more VR breakdowns like this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Cheers guys!